Hello, everyone. It's me again, and I'm just coming on here to tell you like it is, tell the truth, because we don't get much truth in our mainstream media. And yes, I'm wearing my Bernie hat. I wish Bernie would have never dropped out of the race in 2020. But anyway, that's my dude. Love me some Bernie. So he came to Louisville in 2020, and my daughter and I went to his rally, and that's where I got this hat. But anyway, so I know that everyone's been seeing what's been happening in Los Angeles, and the the main thing that I want to talk about right now, though, is the deployment of the National Guard and Marine active duty Marines to Los Angeles. And of course, this was done against the will of Governor Newsom, and he did not request assistance, which by law, if you are going to deploy the National Guard, it has to be at the request of the state's governor. That was not requested, and you know, um, Donald Trump just decided to do that on his own fruition, and we just need to call it what it is. When you have military on your streets, um, in America, that's called martial law. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what is happening. Okay, so we're seeing that unfold in real time. This has brought out more and more. The protests have been trickling out into other parts of the country. So people are protesting against ICE. And on Saturday, there is a planned protest because we all know that our dictator in charge has decided, he wants to put on this military parade um, for his birthday. And so there is a protest that is planned, a nationwide protest called the No Kings protest, and it's across all 50 states. So I saw an article. I didn't read the whole article, but it was quoting Donald Trump as saying that protesters on Saturday will be met with force. So, what I'm anticipating is that we are going to have military on the streets in all 50 states, and especially in DC. And there are going to be protesters, there are going to be agitators, there are going to be, and there's going to be the military, the police, and all of us, all of everybody all mixed together in one place, in a crowded place, and protesters aren't going to know who the agitators are. And I suspect that it's going to get really, really ugly. And don't think for one second, though, this mayhem is not on purpose. This is exactly what he has wanted. He has been chomping at the bit to deploy the National Guard and to enact martial law. He's not going to call it martial law, but that's what it is. Okay, so let's call it what it is. And I just want all of you who do plan to attend any protest on Saturday to be prepared, because I don't think that it's going to end well. I think there is going to be complete mayhem, complete and utter mayhem happening. And we've already seen enough of how everything escalated in LA once the military was deployed. It just made everything worse and not better. And I saw a journalist get shot by, I think this was a police officer, though it wasn't military, but shot by a pellet gun in her leg. And it was the officer aimed and shot at her. Then I saw another journalist from CNN get detained while he was reporting. So yeah, they don't want the media out there reporting on this, but it's not going to stop us from getting the information. And I said, well, everybody has phones and cameras and records things, and we're going to see it happening regardless of whether the news is able to report on it or not. But they are preparing on Saturday for protest, and they plan to counteract and counterback and fight against the protesters. And so everybody just be prepared for Saturday. I'm just mark my words. It is, I do believe that this dictatorship, this regime has crossed a line that should have never been crossed, but it's purposeful. It was planned, and it's exactly what he wants. And Saturday is going to Saturday that parade on Saturday was planned for that very reason, because this is what he wants. He wants us divided. So the way that a country can be taken down is to divide it from within, and that's exactly what he wants. I am hoping that this will result in his removal from office, but we shall see what happens. But I just want you all to just know the truth and be prepared, because it is going to get really bad on Saturday and probably the days following. So just be aware of what's going on, y'all. Stay informed. Speak truth to power. Have a good one.